This is Ki-hyun Kim from Korea University Business School. My research is about environmental value orientation and socio-ecological thought marketing. So I'm here to present about customers' value system and how it affects their attitudes toward sustainable marketing. So my research question or motivation comes from this. Many people actually criticize that green marketing is a greenwash. Today, so many firms, so many business marketers are arguing that they are doing green marketing, but many people actually are becoming more negative toward those kind of initiatives and marketing. Why is it like that? Because as Kotler has pointed out, marketing is well known for its negative effects, and it does not restrain the wants, it encourages and it overfulfills material wants and underserves non-material wants. It means that even though as a marketer, we do our best to the sustainability, means that somehow the marketing foundation has kind of a weakness or fundamental weakness, I think, to be more proactive in fighting against climate crisis and sustainability and social changes and social impact. So here is the motivation. So green marketing, sustainable marketing, we have all emphasized all those initiatives, but actually recently alternative philosophical ground for marketing that replaces utilitarianism has been called for. So recently a new concept of social ecological thought marketing has been proposed by several other scholars. It is a fundamental shift toward virtue ethics rather than utilitarianism, and it's more sustainable-centric while even like sacrificing some profits of the firm. So in my perspective, it's a kind of a radical or maybe fundamental shift towards sustainability. And this time I wanted to go deeper in terms of what affects the attitude toward the SCT marketing. So this is a social acronym for social and ecological thought marketing, SCT marketing, and how to make consumers more positive toward SCT marketing. So this is my research question. So I looked into value and belief of consumers. The value influences customers' affect evaluation of marketing. And this attitude toward marketing is affected by value and belief system. So value, belief, norm system by Stern and so on. So I looked into how customers' value and their belief affect their attitude toward one more fundamental shifted concept of SCT marketing. So what would drive consumers, what value or what belief drive consumers to have more positive attitude toward SCT marketing? So in more detail, so value, there are three kinds of consumer environmental value orientations. The first one, egoistic, second, altruistic, and third, biophilic. In terms of the value, environmental value, it consists of two different beliefs: awareness of consequence, and the other one, ascription of responsibility. So this is my research model. So value, belief, and attitudes again. And here, value consists of three different orientations, and belief, environmental belief, consists of two different types of beliefs. And the last dependent variable, attitude toward SCT marketing. Yeah, so this is a brief full picture of my research. So I'll be quick in presenting following. Okay, so about value and attitude towards marketing. So business theory definitely has its value system. We tend to forget this, but actually business theory, marketing theory has all presumed a certain kind of value, right? So, and it is utilitarianism for now. We are even sustainable marketing, green marketing, they are based on utilitarianism. However, here I present another philosophical or value-based for marketing, which is virtue ethics, is an alternative philosophical point of view for marketing. It emphasizes that enough is enough, and it emphasizes the community rather than individuals' desires and wants. So here is a hypothesis development. So environmental value orientation affects their attitude toward environmental behaviors, environment. So I assume that it will affect attitude toward SCT marketing as well. So as I previously mentioned, there are three types of environmental value orientation: egoistic, altruistic, and biospheric. So these are from environmental psychology. So environmental value orientation, people tend to have these three types of orientations. So we can measure it and we can say that these people has more egoistic value orientation toward the environment, or this person has more biospheric value orientation, and so on. And SCT marketing. And why attitude toward forward marketing mix variable is important, because it is an economic forecast and it has found to be linked to several key macroeconomic variables. So it is important both theoretical and managerial standpoint. So I put consumers' attitudes toward SCT marketing as a dependent variable. So I will not go into detail of all of this. So for product, positive externality, resistant selling, that has negative effect, and place questions globalization and emphasizing local and regional economics, and price also counts environmental and social costs, promotions, questioning a status quo even when doing so does not enhance profits, and so on. So here is the first hypothesis. These three different environmental value orientations, egoistic, social, and biospheric, has different influence on attitudes toward SCT marketing based on BBN model. So mediator, environmental belief. As I previously mentioned, there are two types of it. First one, awareness of consequence, which is whether an individual is conscious of the negative consequence of their actions on others. Second one, ascription of responsibility, which is an individual feeling of guilt and responsibility for the negative consequence of not acting pro-socially. So hypothesis 2 and 3, because environmental value orientation affects people's value beliefs. So here is a hypothesis 2 and 3. And hypothesis 4 and 5 is the effect of environmental belief on attitude toward SCT marketing. And hypothesis 6 and 7 is about the mediation effect of environmental belief between value orientation and attitudes toward SCT marketing. So from the survey of 10,000 respondents resides in Korea, we measured the value orientation, 3 different orientations: egoistic, altruistic, biospheric, based on prior literature, and environmental belief, awareness, consequences, ascription of responsibility. For the last, attitude toward SCT marketing, based on prior literature. And we combined those product, price, place, and promotion. And Cronbach alpha was fine. So we tested all hypotheses. Hypothesis 1 was supported, but with different strength: biospheric, altruistic, and then egoistic. But you see here 0.057, very small amount of power. So we see that egoistic value orientation has impact on SCT marketing, but with a very little strength. Hypothesis 2 is about the effect of environmental value orientation on the environmental belief. Hypothesis 2 and 3. Hypothesis 3 was supported only for biospheric and altruistic, not egoistic value, which means that awareness of consequences is not affected by egoistic value orientation. This makes sense, right? And hypothesis 3 was supported for all 3. However, this time again, egoistic value orientation has the least. small power compared to two other orientations. Hypothesis 4 was supported, 5 was supported. And about the mediation effect, egoistic value orientation is not mediated by awareness of consequence, while two others mediated. You see this picture. So awareness of consequence was not mediating egoistic value orientation on attitude toward SED marketing. Again, the mediation effect, this time all three orientations mediated the mediated effect. So the conclusion, egoistic value orientation has a weak influence on attitude toward SED marketing. Hypothesis 1, egoistic value orientation did not affect awareness of consequence while others do. And all environmental beliefs showed a positive impact on the ascription of responsibility. And awareness of consequence positively affect, and also ascription of responsibility positively affect the attitude. And most importantly, mediation, you just saw the awareness of the consequence only mediated the altruistic and biospheric value orientation, not egoistic value orientation. However, ascription of responsibility mediated all environmental value orientations, even though it's small for egoistic value orientation. So here's the conclusion. Maybe managerial implications. It is important to raise citizens' environmental value orientations. We should be cautious about raising egoistic value for the environment, maybe, because it has little effect, and also sometimes it is not mediated by other by knowing the negative consequence of our negative marketing behaviors. So sometimes we tend to even argue that selfish green consumer is a good concept. For example, in many researches, but actually I don't think it's a good idea to actually promote egoistic value for the environment. And the ascription of responsibility plays an indirect role in enhancing consumers' attitude toward SED marketing by all orientations, value orientation, which means that actually ascription of responsibility works for all people, even though they do have egoistic or selfish motive for protecting the environment or social impact. Actually, it is a good psychological mechanism for promoting SET marketing or environmental marketing. Yeah, so this is the end of my presentation. Thank you for your time. I welcome your questions or comments, directions, all things. Thank you.